Hello everyone, I'm Amir and you're watching the Sunny channel. This video is about my trip to Moscow, and it's part 4 of the series. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, you can find them in the Moscow playlist. In this video you'll see Russian Disneyland, Dream Island, beautiful monastery, and a park where you can enjoy amazing panoramic views of Moscow. But first, let's make some breakfast. So, let's go! So, do you remember this? We're going to make breakfast with karat druzhba, processed cheese, or friendship in English. Do you remember buying it at the official karat store in part 2 of this trip? We even visited the famous monument dedicated to this iconic cheese. It's wrapped in foil instead of plastic. Let's open it up. The breakfast is really simple. Just press the legendary cheese on a slice of bread, then add some cucumber slices and salted herring. If you don't have herring, you can use any kind of salted fish instead. Even a simple breakfast like this feels relaxing to make. There's something calming about spreading the cheese, slicing the cucumber, and carefully placing herring on the bread. I think cooking is a kind of meditation. Our breakfast is ready, now it's time to enjoy it. So, breakfast. It's so delicious. We'll also make a snack to take with us for our walk. We use the same processed cheese and spread it on some potato patties. Now let's go explore Moscow! We're now near Russian Disneyland, Dream Island, at Technopark metro station. This is an above-ground metro station. Listen to the beautiful sound of this old train passing by. You can even watch the trains from above here. We're leaving the metro station and heading towards Dream Island. This castle is Dream Island itself. It's huge and beautiful. Now I would like to tell you how we discovered Dream Island. We didn't plan to visit this place and we didn't even know it existed. The reason is that it was actually within walking distance from our rented apartment. On one of the previous days, when we were returning from Kolomenskoye, we stopped here to have some food because there was a large food court inside. That's when we saw how beautiful it was and decided to come back today to film it for you. This is a theme amusement park, but I'm not a big fan of rides, so we will just explore and look around instead of going on the attractions. It is designed like a collection of buildings from different cities around the world, all located under a huge glass dome. Now I would like to tell you a little bit about the history of Dream Island. When the Dream Island team first started developing the project, they visited the best amusement parks in Europe as well as places in Japan, South Korea, the USA, and the UAE. They traveled around the world to create their own vision of family entertainment for both children and adults. Nagasaki, the floodplain where the park is located, was once a semi-abandoned area on the banks of the Moscow River. The project transformed it into a new attraction point on the capital's map. Dream Island is the largest indoor theme park in Europe. Construction began in 2017, and the park was completed and opened in 2020. Isn't this place majestic? This elegant Roman-style building is actually the food court. We went up to the second floor of this building. The view is wonderful. We got a milkshake and some French fries at Burger King. Wearing a paper crow, holding a straw in one hand and a cup in the another, I'm pretending they are a scepter and an orb. Also, I mix up which one should be in each hand. This is a scene from a famous Soviet movie. We're moving on to explore more of this place. Now we're going back outside to see the castle from the side. This is what the castle looks like from the outside. Look at the beautiful stained glass windows. We are leaving Dream Island and continuing our journey. These two Vityas, ancient Russian warriors, stand not far from our rented apartment. Look at how much poplar fluff is covering the ground. It almost looks like snow. I absolutely love this time of year when the poplar trees release their fluffy seeds. Right now I am holding a handful of poplar fluff that has just fallen straight from the tree. You can blow on it just like a dandelion, and hundreds of tiny fluffy seeds will float away in every direction. We've moved to a different part of Moscow, and now we are heading to the Novodevichy convent on the banks of the Moscow River. On the way we'll pass through several interesting places. These robots deliver groceries. I really enjoy watching them drive around the streets. They are smart enough to cross the street using pedestrian crossings. This is a monument to Karandash and Klaksa. Karandash, whose stage name means pencil, was a famous Soviet clown, and Klaksa, which means ink blot, was his beloved dog. Karandash's stage character was an adult who never lost the innocence, curiosity, and joy of a child. This made his performances funny, charming, and full of memorable tricks. He became the first Soviet clown to achieve international fame, with his popularity spreading far beyond the borders of the Soviet Union. After collecting their order from the robot's storage compartment, the customer didn't close it properly. The robot can't continue its journey until it's closed, so let's help it by closing the compartment. We came across the statues of some very strange creatures along the way. I wonder who they are supposed to be. And this is Pogodinskaya Izba. It was built in 1856 by architect Nikolai Nikitин and funded by the industrialist Vasily Kokorev. The house was presented as a gift to the famous Russian historian and collector Mikhail Pogodin. We came across these beautiful gates not far from the monastery. They feature an image of the monastery's main cathedral. This is a park next to the monastery. It offers beautiful views of Moscow's skyscrapers. There's such a beautiful pond here. This is the Novodevichy convent, one of the most famous, beautiful, and historically significant monasteries in Moscow. It was founded in 1524 by Grand Prince Vasily III to celebrate the return of the ancient Russian city of Smolensk to Russian lands. The convent was built southwest of Moscow, a direction that was especially vulnerable to raids by the Crimean Tatars and invasions from the west. Together with several other monasteries surrounding the city, it formed part of Moscow's defensive ring. It was strategically located near the Smolensk Road, on a bend of the Moscow River, close to three important river crossings. From the very beginning, the convent was intended to serve as a royal monastery and was closely connected with many of the most important political and military events in Russian history. Let's go inside. Everything here is absolutely stunning. The combination of red and white is so elegant and harmonious. What do you think? The convent is surrounded by ancient thick fortress walls with towers of breathtaking beauty. I think there's something truly special about walking through places like the Novodevichy convent. The ancient fortress walls make you feel completely separated from the noise of the city. You can't hear the traffic anymore, and all the hustle and bustle of Moscow seems to disappear. It feels as you've stepped into a magical place far away from civilization. Everything here is peaceful and quiet. People stroll slowly along the narrow sandy paths, surrounded by beautiful historic buildings, trees, and flowers. Do you get the same feeling when you visit places like this? I think there's a special kind of peace in the monasteries that you simply can't find anywhere else. Maybe it's because these places were never meant to be busy. For centuries, people have come here to pray, reflect, and step away from the distractions of everyday life. Even today, that atmosphere seems to remain. The thick walls block out the noise of the city. Instead of traffic, you hear birds singing, leaves rustling in the wind, and the distant sound of church bells. Time seems to slow down. People naturally lower their voices and walk more slowly, almost without realizing it. Whether you're religious or not, it's hard not to feel calm in a place like this. It gives you a chance to pause, breathe, and simply enjoy the present moment. Now we're leaving this wonderful, peaceful place and heading to Vorobyovy Gory or Sparrow Hills, a beautiful park on the other side of the Moscow River, with incredible panoramic views of the city. We're walking through Novodevichy Ponds Park. I've always loved ponds. There's something truly enchanting about them. What about you? This is the Moscow River. The bridge is incredibly high and standing on it is quite breathtaking. This vast green park with incredible views of Moscow State University, the country's main and most prestigious university, is Vorobyovy Gory, also known as Sparrow Hills. The view from here is absolutely beautiful, and it feels as though you're far away from the city. We came across this bear statue in the park. It's made entirely of metal. Now let's eat the potato patties we prepared this morning. Vorobyova Gora has preserved its natural beauty thanks to its unique geology. Frequent landslides have prevented large-scale modern development, allowing this area to remain one of Moscow's most untouched landscapes. It's amazing that so close to the city center, you'll find a peaceful deciduous forest with 3 ponds that is home to many species of birds. Sparrow Hills takes its name from the old village of Vorobyova, which once belonged to the ancient Vorobyov noble family. The area has been mentioned in historical chronicles since the 14th century, and has been visited by figures such as Ivan the Terrible, Boris Godunov, Napoleon Bonaparte, and members of the Romanov dynasty. For centuries, these beautiful landscapes have inspired writers, poets, and artists alike. It says happiness is in the park. Right now we are walking through the lower part of the park, but once we make our way up to the top, we'll be rewarded with stunning views of the city. For most of the Soviet era, Vorobyova Gora was officially called Lenin Hills in honor of Vladimir Lenin. Today, however, its historic name has been restored. Now I'd like to share a few fascinating legends connected with this place. People first settled here during the Stone and Bronze Ages. According to legend, these hills were once a sacred pagan site dedicated to Perun, the Slavic god of thunder. Long before the Slavs arrived, a mysterious people known as Chut of the White Eyes were said to live here. Legend described them as small in stature but incredibly strong. They could heal the sick, perform magic, understand the language of birds and animals, and, according to some stories, even fly. It was believed that no one could defeat them if they were wronged. When a new ruler came to these lands, the Chut disappeared beneath the earth, promising that although they were gone, the ancient lands would remain protected. A similar legend was also told by the famous Russian writer Pavel Bajov, although he placed the story in the Ural Mountains. He described Chut as a noble people who lived inside the mountains in beautiful hidden dwellings and disappeared through underground passage whenever strangers approached. There's also the legend of the Seven Hills. Moscow is traditionally said to be built on 7 hills, much like Rome. Although Sparrow Hills isn't included in the classic list, many people consider it the city's sacred 7th hill. In the mid-20th century, construction began here on the enormous palace of the Soviets, but the project was abandoned during World War II. According to local legend, unfinished bunkers and underground tunnels still remain beneath the hills. some supposedly leading toward the main building of Moscow State University. Another legend says that millions of years ago, this entire area was covered by an ancient sea. Even today, fossils, shells of prehistoric sea creatures and some found in the soil, while the huge boulders scattered across the landscape were left behind by ancient glaciers. It's amazing that a place like this exists so close to the heart of Moscow. Meanwhile, we're almost at the top of the hill. Sparrow Hills is also home to one of Moscow's ski resorts. It's hard to believe, but you can go skiing right in the middle of the city. The Vorobyova Gory ski complex features free ski runs with a total length of up to 230 meters and a vertical drop of about 50 meters. In winter, this quiet green park transforms into a popular destination for skiers and snowboarders. We've finally reached the top, and now we can enjoy these breathtaking views. This large circular building is Luzhniki Stadium, one of Russia's most famous and important football stadiums. It has hosted countless major sport events, including the 2018 FIFA World Cup final. This is Moscow State University up close. Those skyscrapers are Moscow City, Moscow's modern business district, and the city's main cluster of office towers. The upper part of the park is home to many sculptures dedicated to winter sports. That's because, as I mentioned earlier, Sparrow Hills transforms into a ski resort during the winter. Behind the glass you can see transparent images of athletes. Now I'd like to tell you how I discovered this park. Just like the Island of Dreams, I had no idea this place even existed. I first learned about it during my previous trip to Moscow a year ago. We weren't actually visiting the city. We were just passing through on our way from St. Petersburg to Krasnodar. We arrived in Moscow in the morning and left again the same evening. I think it's a great travel tip. If you have a long layover or a full day between connections, you can explore an extra city without paying for accommodation. You already have the time, so why not make the most of it? This is actually my third trip to Moscow, but it's the first time I've spent an entire week here. The previous two visits were simply stopovers. That evening on our way to the bus station, our train passed Vorobyovo metro station, the station we're heading to now. Unlike most stations in Moscow, it's above ground and has huge panoramic windows overlooking this beautiful park. I remember looking out of the train window and thinking how beautiful everything looked. I immediately wanted to come back and explore this place. There wasn't enough time during the trip, so today I'm finally making that wish true. This is the very metro station I was talking about. It's a beautiful metro station, isn't it? Now we're on the train heading back home. This is where our walk comes to an end. We're back home. Now let's make some dinner. For dinner, I'm going to make pasta with a creamy sauce using another Karat processed cheese. This time, instead of the classic Druzhba friendship, I will be using the creamy salmon flavor. I will also fry some fish fingers to go with it. First, we need to fill a pot with water and bring it to a boil. Now let's take the frozen fish fingers out of the freezer and place them in a preheated frying pan. Cooking is relaxing, isn't it? Now let's add the pasta to the boiling water. The pasta is cooked now, so let's drain the water. Now let's add the whole processed cheese portion to the hot pasta. You can replace it with regular cream cheese. However, processed cheese is not considered the healthiest option, so using regular cheese may be a better choice. Now let's mix the cheese into the pasta until it turns into a creamy sauce. Now all that's left is to serve it onto the plates and we can enjoy our meal. It's ready. Time to taste it. It's really delicious. The pasta is so creamy and tender with a nice salmon flavor. And the crispy fish fingers complement the dish perfectly. It was a wonderful day filled with unforgettable experiences. Today we explored the island of dreams, admired the beauty of the Novodevichy Monastery, walked through the forest of Sparrow Hills, and enjoyed breathtaking views of Moscow. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoy creating it. Part 5 of our trip to Moscow is coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. I always enjoy reading your thoughts and feedback. See you in the next adventure. Bye!